Alright, so Joe Rogan versus Bob Dylan. It's just my thoughts on it. This is OTR Ogre and Corgan. If you like what I'm doing or hate what I'm doing, like, link, and subscribe. You can hear the noise in the background. That's a giant roofer unit. And, hey, if you want to leave a comment, you can scream into the void. You know, it's entertaining, by the way. And I do smile back. So let's get into this. I find it funny how many people are telling me that Joe Rogan sold his soul, because that mentality came from back in the 60s, like, if you made it, you're a sellout. So the Bob Dylan era, you know, Bob Dylan, all the hippie trippy shit. And then I get all these people that are telling me this crap, and they're like, no, man, he was different before he made the money. He didn't need the money, man. You know, like that whole little image, and it's like, so he got $100 million. And I gotta make this clear. YouTube is not a safe platform for a content producer anymore. At any given point, the phobia of anything, it doesn't matter. Take a freaking dictionary, fling a dart at, pick the word, and say, oh, we're phobic of that now. You know, and then basically you're being shut down because people plowed through and looked for any existence of a word in your podcast, or you had the wrong person on, and now they're trying to cancel you. Yeah, I don't blame Joe Rogan for taking the money and moving over Spotify. Yeah, but Spotify is the same company. Google owns both of them. Yeah, but there's a difference. If Joe Rogan gets $100 million right now, gets the money, makes the money, guess what? He has the money. But in the future, let's say he made up to, like, say, $40 million on YouTube or some shit. But one day some troll comes along and, like, cancels him over, I don't know, he made a joke or something that they thought was off coup. But they're using an outrage mob to shut him down. And then his career on this situation is going downhill. Now, he's just secured the good money. And people say, well, why would Google do that? Okay, Google realizes that, you know, like, companies like Sirius Radio, satellite radio, they might want to get Rogan on their platform. They might be like, hey, we'll pay you this much money. You don't like that crap you're dealing with for YouTube? We'll come over here. You can say whatever you want. You can have whoever you want on here. And guess what? Watch how quickly, you know, that whole new demographic. Now, I'm not saying a lot of people are not going to get serious. They're not. But the same people that weren't going to, you know, get a free account for Spotify, that are outraged that he's not on YouTube anymore, they weren't going to do it either way. So they don't matter. They're fans, but look, you guys really aren't that great of fans when basically any effort is too much effort for you. Okay? That's just the sad truth of it. So Rogan looks at the situation, probably thinks, yeah, I need to make some money off this. You know, that way, you know, I'm already rich, but it sure would be nice to have wealth for the next 10 generations if I manage this well. Okay? So, yeah, he takes the money, and now everyone's like, he sold his soul. Well, that same mentality coming back to Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan was like, you know, the whole people that said, oh, don't sell out to the man, you know, that whole thing that's then passed into punk rock. And eventually people wised up and said, hey, we need to get paid. By the late 80s and the 90s, people were like, we want to make money. I'm sorry, we're not. We want to own our songs and all this. And look, Bob Dylan was smart. He owned his music. He was smart about that. He was good with the contract. His music was crap, but people loved it. I guess if you're high enough and you're banging some hot hippie chick back in the day and you have no bills, no problems, this is called running the sunlight sex, because it's like no problems the whole way. It's always sunshine. Yeah, a lot of people would be like, oh, he was so awesome back in the day. And the same guy telling you don't sell out to the man. The other day, he's like 80-something years old. Who knew Bob Dylan was still alive? He sold his entire song catalog for $300 million. Nobody made a peep. Nobody said a thing. So the people that taught you ingrained that seed into your minds in this kind of socialist mentality of don't sell out, don't work with the man. Yeah, that guy just sold out to the man. Now, I want to tell you the truth. Most of his fans are so old or dead or just are jaded and don't give a shit. They're not going to be like, man, he sold out. And maybe there's a few hippies that'll be like, he sold out to the man. Now, I'll tell you what this is, too, for Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan watches what happens to every star after they die, and the family members get control over some of the music, and when they just sell it out. Well, at least he's the one making the decision how things go. I mean, look what happened to Jackson. I mean, it's well known that, you know, he owned, like, the Beatles catalog, a lot of the Beatles music, a lot of the stuff that Sony really wanted. And Sony, I sometimes wonder if Sony knocked off Jackson, you know. And I agree with Razor Fist. I don't think Jackson did anything. I just think he was being targeted in order to destroy him. And the thing of it is that Dylan looks at the situation and goes, They're going to steal my stuff after I die anyways. Why don't I just sell it right now to the highest bidder? So what, did he sell out? Because he got $0.3 billion. So let's put this in perspective. 1 million 1,000 times equals a billion. So think about that. So 1,000 times a billion equals a trillion. So just some quick math for you. Next time you're looking at the budget, if you ever get bored, you're like, wow, that's a lot of money. Like my house was all 50 grand in the middle of nowhere in the Rockies. But these people out there are like, how many houses could you buy for what Bob Dylan or Joe Rogan? So Bob Dylan gets $0.3 billion. And nobody has anything to say. He's not a sellout. Joe Rogan gets $0.1 billion. And all these people are on his ass about this. I just find the paradox, like the people that told you to look at everybody who made money as a sellout, when those people sell out, nobody says a thing. And that should get you thinking. Like maybe your outrage is purposely manufactured to build up or destroy someone's image. Anyways, this is OTR, Ogre and Corgi. So, you like what I'm doing, hate what I'm doing. You know what to do, like, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment, swear if you want to. That's always entertaining. But do what you want to, have a good time.